Good morning and welcome. I hope you're doing well. Today, I would like to discuss why I'm struggling to read at the moment, and perhaps what you and I can do about that. I'm going to bring you along for a chat about reading and why I'm struggling to read while I unstack this bookcase here and reorganize it to the way that I would like for the upcoming season. So grab yourself a cup of coffee and enjoy as we undertake what this struggle is. I've been reading since I was 20 years old at a pretty religious rate. It has increased most years, and in the most recent years, my average is about 100 books a year. And for me, it's not quantity, it's quality, but I find myself just having more and more that I want to read. And I dedicate a lot of time to it. It is part of who I am, it is part of what I do, and I love it more than almost anything else. The second side over here is that I would like to be a writer. I am a writer. I am becoming a writer. And to be a good writer, as Stephen King says, you need to read a tremendous amount of books. You need to read bad things. You need to read good things. You need to read the things that you're not even interested in as a way to capture what the reading audience and what being a writer is. And that, more than anything else, has improved my writing. So today, as I tear apart my bookcase and rearrange the shelves, I'm trying to understand why reading has been hard for me in the last few months. What is it about picking up a book at the moment that I'm struggling with? I've got a few theories. But first, I want one of my shelves here to be of Australian books that I love, and Australian books that I haven't read yet. Just to make me feel a little bit more at home, away from home, and look at my favorite shelf of Australian writers that I'm aspiring to be like and go, okay, that. And then I want some other shelves that I'm not quite sure what I want them to look like yet, but we're going to give them a go. These are also my girlfriend's books as well. So, but I'm in charge of the bookshelf because I'm obsessed with books. I hope she likes it. The first reason I think I'm struggling, what I'm coming to terms with is that technology is compromising my brain. Okay, let's speed this up. The second issue with technology is what it's doing to my brain. I think my focus is lower, my attention span is less, I'm not as interested. Now, I'm not saying technology is fundamentally bad, but how I'm choosing to use it, I think at the moment, might consider otherwise. I don't overconsume, I don't consume straight rubbish, I don't consume solely entertainment, but I find that filtering in a little bit more, and this short-term swipe, swipe, and swipe does different things to our brain than opening a book and reading the pages. What do I mean by that? I mean that every single little inch of technology that I consume is taking away time from something else. It's taking away time from getting better. It's taking away time from reading and consuming things that are perhaps better for me. And I say all that to say that I know that reading is fundamentally the best thing that I can do for myself, for my brain, for my future. But at the same time, it's very easy to get sucked into my phone, which I don't know where it is right now, but that's okay. That's probably better for me anyway. I think the world is shifting and everything's been fast paced for a really long time. It's getting to a point where the internet is fast paced, where movies are fast paced, where TV shows are fast paced because we lose people's attention. And we created this. We're making everything this fast paced onto the next kind of consumption. I am guilty of that. I am too making this video, but I am too making short form videos as well. My hope is that they provide value, but I don't know the answer to the question. The internet is running rampant. AI is dominating the landscape at the moment. Sitting down and reading a long form novel seems far-fetched. Now, that was a process that took me a little bit longer than I thought, and it didn't go as perfectly as I wanted it to, but that just means I get to buy more books, perhaps. So that's cool. But to go back to where I was before, reading is a struggle, and maybe I'm just going through a little phase and a little stage. Life is a little weird at the moment. I feel like I've got more stress than normal. I feel like I'm more consumed than normal in different places and doing different things. I live on the other side of the world and I've just returned from a long stint home, and I feel further away from my book world than I've felt in a long time. I know that I'm not quite myself when I'm not reading to the extent that I would like to be reading. The second reason I think I'm struggling is I am caught up in a new world of, well, this. There are new skills, there are new developments, there is more time and dedication going in other areas of my life. I can't give up reading for making videos and making stuff. I need to be doing both in conjunction. And honestly, I think I'm finding it tough to balance everything between creating, between editing, between writing, between working, between exercising and running and everything else, as well as having a relationship and having friends and a social calendar. I'm finding it really hard to find the balance and to find the room that I require to give everything a really good go. And I know that at a certain point in time, I can fit all that and I can do that. And particularly with reading being a leisure, but also there are times where it's really challenging and it challenges me in a different direction and in a different way. But reading is one of my favorite things that I get to do in this world for myself and to express and show others. And I don't know who I would be without that. So I guess what I'm just trying to say is that I'm struggling with reading at the moment, and I'm sure you are too if you clicked on this video. And if you're not, let me know in the comments if anything is pulling your attention or if you would like some redirection with that. And reason 3, there's a bit of indecision for me. I am on one hand knowing I want to read, and then on the other hand finding different ways to not. I feel like I'm constantly tired but constantly wanting to do all of it. And going back to reason 2, I think I will find some balance at some point, but in the meantime, I think I've got to work out different ways to, 1, feel rested, 2, be attacking those things, and 3, perhaps redirect where I am putting that attention and when my focus is. Opening a book at 10:30 in bed is probably not going to achieve a whole lot of reading versus if I can pick up a book in the morning per se. These are just some of the reasons I'm struggling. None of it's scientifically proven. None of it is conducive. None of it might even be applicable to you. I just wanted to get open and share my experiences on where I'm currently at with my reading and my lack of focus. Anyway, here are the 3 things I'm going to do in the next couple of months to cure my lack of focus. Number 1, I am going to put my phone down. Whether I put it away, whether I turn it off, whether I go out without it, I don't need it that often. I don't need to check that frequently. I can spend a little bit of time on my phone every day and still live a really content and beautiful life. And we all can, but my phone is going to live upstairs or it's going to be downstairs or it's going to be left somewhere else. Number 2, and yes, I got closer for this one, changing the way I approach my reading. I need to read in a different way. I need to change my approach. And the first thing I'm going to do that is getting up 1 hour earlier in the morning and using that as dedicated reading time. It's incredible what happens when you get 5, 10, 15, 20 pages into a story that you are loving and that you are involved in and that you are invested in. It means that you are going to pick it up more frequently throughout the day. It means that you are going to choose that over potentially something else that may not be as good for you. It is allowing yourself to settle into the day before any distractions. And I have done this numerous times in the past, and it has been rather successful. So it's almost just rerouting the direction of where it is. It means going to bed half an hour, 45 minutes earlier, so I can get up that hour earlier and get some reading in before my day has kicked off, before I need to roll into work. I used to do this with writing. I found it a little bit more challenging. So reading works a treat, and I just feel accomplished and lovely before I start my day. And number three is really simple. I have developed the habit of reading over a decade. I have been in slumps. I have been in different situations. I have read lot and I've read little. And number three for me is going to be as simple as this: giving myself a little bit of grace and understanding that it will come back. I will continue reading. I will continue writing. I will continue showing up and doing those things because I love it in here. And wait, hold on. I love it in here. I was too close to the camera. I love it so much, and it is fundamentally who makes me me, and I feel like a better version of myself. But I am a better version of myself when I'm reading, as I'm sure you are. There is a reason that you are watching this video. There is a reason that you care about reading, and I care about reading and always have cared about reading. So knowing that it will come back with time, and they are my three tips. Give yourself a little bit of a break and allow yourself different ways. Perhaps you decide to pick up an audiobook. Perhaps you decide to pick up children's literature as a reprieve and a break from some of the serious stuff. Perhaps you go a complete different genre. Perhaps you just find some time in an afternoon where you just feel like shifting how you approach it. Whatever it happens to be, there are so many different directions you can go in with reading, and there is more books, as you can so see, than anyone could ever consume in a lifetime. And perhaps you just need to pick books that light you up, and pick books that excite you, and pick books that if you didn't read them, what would your life be? Anyway, I'm about to go start Frederick Backman's new book, My Friends. I'm excited because he is one of my favorite authors that has ever existed. I'm going to read it and I'm probably going to cry because that's what this guy does. Anyway, that's what I've got on for the rest of my day, other than a little bit more work. But I hope that you get some reading in, and I hope that you get to enjoy that world. I have quite a few book reviews coming in the next few videos. Until next time, be kinder than you think you need to be. Happy reading, and I will see you back here next week.